The rain had started the moment Emma Walsh stepped off the bus, a cold, relentless drizzle that seemed to match the emptiness she felt inside. At 26, she had never felt older, more hollowed out, as though the world had shifted and left her behind. 3 weeks ago, a doctor's quiet words had shattered her future: infertile. Endometriosis, severe, irreversible. The life she had imagined, children laughing in a sunlit living room, birthday parties, bedtime stories, had slipped through her fingers. She had thought Marcus, her boyfriend of 4 years, would be her anchor through it all, but he had left, unable to imagine a future without biological children. Now she was alone, with nothing but a worn suitcase, a drafty studio apartment, and a heart heavy with loss. She thought she would never be a mother, never know the simple, ordinary joys of family, never feel the chaotic, imperfect love of children around her. And then came a text from a friend, a name she didn't know, Julian Matthews, a single dad of 4, offering her a chance to meet. Emma had no idea that this one conversation would open a door she didn't even know existed, to a family she never imagined she could love. The rain had soaked through her oversized sweater as Emma climbed the 3 flights to her new studio apartment. It was small, drafty, and smelled faintly of old carpet, but it was hers. She set her suitcase down and took a shaky breath. After weeks of staying on her friend Rachel's couch, constantly feeling like an intruder, this was her space, her life slowly beginning to rebuild. Her phone buzzed. Rachel's name lit up the screen. "How's the new place? Also, don't kill me, but I gave your number to someone. Julian, friend of my boss. Really nice guy. Single dad. Thought you might be interested." Emma stared at the screen, a mixture of irritation and despair washing over her. Dating? Now? After everything she had lost? She typed quickly, "Rach, I'm not ready. Please tell him I'm not interested," but before she could hit send, her phone rang. Unknown number. "Hello? Hi, is this Emma? Julian Matthews. I hope it's okay that Rachel gave me your number." His voice was warm, calm, the kind that felt like it could gently anchor a storm. Emma sighed. "I appreciate the call, but I'm not in a place to date right now." "I understand completely," he replied. "Honestly, dating feels complicated for me too, but Rachel thought we'd get along. Coffee? No pressure." And somehow, before she could talk herself out of it, she said yes. Saturday arrived, and Emma found herself standing outside the cafe 15 minutes early, nerves twisting in her stomach. Julian was already inside, dark hair neatly combed, a subtle beard, navy suit jacket unbuttoned casually. He looked like he belonged in a world she wasn't sure she could ever enter, but there was something approachable, unguarded, in his expression. They ordered coffee and talked. Julian's voice was calm, thoughtful. Emma found herself laughing despite herself. He spoke about his tech company, his passion for educational software, and then gently, carefully, he mentioned his children. 4 of them. Emma blinked, trying to process. 4, she asked, attempting to keep the surprise from her voice. "Yes. Sophia, 12. James, 9. Lily, 6. And Michael just turned 4. Emma's heart clenched, both from admiration and fear. A single dad of 4? How could she possibly fit into that world? And yet, something about Julian's quiet, steady kindness made her answer without thinking when he asked her to dinner, with the children present. The night of the dinner, Emma's anxiety returned tenfold. Standing outside the Italian restaurant, she saw them, 4 children, all looking expectantly at her, their expressions a mix of curiosity and caution. Sophia, quiet and poised; James, the chatterbox with glasses slipping down his nose; Lily, clutching a stuffed bear; Michael, eyes wide with innocent curiosity. Emma took a deep breath and stepped forward. Introductions were made, awkwardly at first, and then the children slowly began to open up. Dinner was chaos, but the kind of beautiful, messy chaos she had never known she wanted. Halfway through, Lily tugged on her sleeve. "Do you like to draw? Daddy said you're an artist." "I do," Emma said gently. "Do you?" Lily nodded. "I draw pictures of Mommy so I don't forget her." Emma's chest tightened. "That's beautiful," she said softly, squeezing Lily's small hand. "Art is one of the best ways to remember the people we love." Julian watched her with a look she couldn't decipher, something like awe and relief. Outside the restaurant, as the children raced ahead, Emma forced herself to speak the truth she'd been avoiding. "I can't have children," she said quickly. "Severe endometriosis. That's why my last relationship ended. I should have told you sooner. I'm sorry." Julian was silent for a long moment. Then he stepped closer, calm and gentle. "Emma. I have 4 children. 4. I'm not looking for someone to give me more. I'm looking for someone who can love the ones I already have." Her heart ached and soared at the same time. "But, that's so much to ask," she whispered. "I watched you tonight," he said. "You were exactly what they needed. Patience, kindness, someone to see them as the wonderful people they are, not just children who've lost their mother." Tears blurred her vision. For the first time in weeks, she felt hope. Over the next months, Emma became part of Julian's world. She attended weekly dinners, helped Lily with school projects, taught Sophia design skills on the computer, listened to James's endless space facts, and built Lego towers with Michael. Slowly, the chaos of 4 children became rhythm, and Emma discovered a love she never knew she could feel. She learned bedtime routines, night terrors, anxiety after school, prideful defiance. She learned that being a parent wasn't about having experience, it was about presence, patience, and love. And with each passing day, she fell in love, not just with Julian, though she did, but with his children, each one so whole, so beautiful, so precious. 6 months after their first coffee date, Julian looked at her in the kitchen one evening while chopping vegetables. "I love you," he said simply. Emma's tears came freely. "I love you, too, all of you." 1 year later, they stood in a courthouse. Emma wore a simple white dress, Julian a navy suit. The children, dressed neatly, stood proudly beside them. "Do you want Emma to officially become your parent?" the judge asked. "Yes," they chorused, Michael adding emphatically, "forever and ever." "Emma, do you accept the responsibilities and joys of being a parent to these 4 children?" "I do," she said firmly. Papers signed. Emma Walsh Matthews was now a mother. Later, at the celebration dinner, Lily climbed into her lap. "I'm glad you're our mom," she whispered. "Not instead of Mommy, but also. We're lucky to have 2. Emma hugged her tight, tears of gratitude and love spilling over. She had thought she could never be a mother, but here she was, surrounded by 4 children who needed her, a man who loved her, and a family she never imagined but couldn't now imagine life without. Across the table, Julian caught her eye. "Thank you," she mouthed. He shook his head with a smile. "Thank you." Emma realized something profound: family wasn't defined by biology. Love alone could create bonds just as strong, just as real, just as permanent. Sometimes life closes doors so better ones can open. Sometimes the family you build becomes the family you always needed, and in that warm, noisy, beautiful home, Emma Walsh Matthews knew she was a mother, completely, undeniably, infinitely.